Welcome to the Making It Happen podcast, hosted by the IntellectualRadio.com. I am one of your hosts, Art Richards.
I'm Leonard Ringo.
And I'm Dwayne Sappho.
Yeah, man. Coming off that Thanksgiving week, you know what I'm saying? Still kind of full,
Turkey Day.
Oh
you
yeah,
know. How was y'all Thanksgiving, man?
Mine was good,
pretty
man.
cool. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
No crazy relative stories and nothing like that.
Nah,
No,
not today.
no cousins getting into it. Little Pookie didn't come by and mess up the whole party and nothing like that.
No, it was good.
We weren't allowed little Pookie to come in
No,
this time.
Pookie can stay with Pookie yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's good stuff, man. Just coming back, bringing it to y'all, man. Gonna start with some of the top stories that we, you know, experienced over the past week, like the Ahmaud Arbery case. You know, we got that verdict that we all wanted, and
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. How y'all feel though about it?
I think justice was served. I mean, we all. I mean, just looking at the video, man. I think that if if they wasn't convicted, man, then that's a whole different, thing for America, man. I mean, the justice system we already think that is flawed. So, I mean, just to be able to visually see how he was hunted down and to get that verdict that everybody expected, I think that for me, justice was served.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much justice was served. That's all I got to say about that because anything other than a guilty, the city, the world would have been in shambles. We would tore up some stuff.
Absolutely.
yeah. Unfortunately, that would have happened. You know, I can see that because man, I mean, it was just so blatant, man. It was just when you put all the pieces together, case, even they testimony, they kind of buried themselves with their own testimony.
Right. The
That's-
prosecutor did an exceptional job, man, of presenting the case. So I think from a visual standpoint, like just I couldn't even imagine being a juror in that sense. So if I'm a juror and they're explaining the law, because most of us don't know that law from that extent. So for the way she broke it down and you know um, basically proved you know that he didn't commit a crime and it wasn't self-defense. They actually basically modern day lynched this dude.
no doubt.
She presented it exceptionally.
Yeah. I mean,
So I mean, again, that's the prosecutor. If you go into those type of situations, you want to have somebody that's going to represent you to prove your case.
I wonder what would happen if they didn't get on the stand though. Because I think they kind of incriminated themselves on the stand by their testimony, like
Dude,
when he was saying he didn't feel threatened by him and nothing like that. You know,
I mean, even without them being on the stand, I
Video.
mean, the video alone, man. I mean, this dude is jogging. You got him jogging one way, switch it up, go another way, come back, go back the other way, and you're still chasing this dude down. Plus, it's three Caucasian males on a pickup truck with a guns, and he don't have no weapon. So, in that sense, it's like, okay, what was there to fear? You know,
yeah,
what was there to fear?
it's the same thing. I mean, you look at that video, then you think back to like the Rodney King case. Well,
Yeah,
I
that was
mean,
brutal.
we all thought that was blatant too. I
It
mean,
was.
and you got the video footage of that, and then they all get acquitted. You know what I'm saying? But look what happened to the city.
Yeah, I think the
But
system, like at the same time, the system, man, it's like we talked about, police and all this stuff. I mean, the system in itself, man, I think there's some good aspects of the system, and I think there's some real bad, deep rooted racism within the system.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, blue lives. I don't know, man. I don't know what it looks like inside of that. I don't know what it's like to be a cop or to go inside those walls and deal with the everyday violence on the street. But I know right from wrong, though. You know what I'm saying? If you pull the person over, excessive force to me is, man, it shouldn't be five guys on one dude that's handcuffed beating him. That's a whole different level, man.
that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That
But
was
again, like I said, man, to me, justice was served.
That was a pivotal point in our life, man. Seeing that, I think nobody would forget that, man.
Nah,
Forget
nah.
that. Let's move on to some other news. The LeBron sits me on that situation
Suspension.
with him, man. That suspension, man.
Do you feel he should have got suspended?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. I mean, just looking at the whole situation, how do you feel about that suspension? Do you feel like he should have been suspended? Do you feel like he shouldn't have been suspended?
I
Do you
mean,
feel like
it was borderline, man. I mean, I don't know the fact that how the brother reacts. What's his name, Stewart?
yeah, Stuart?
How he reacted after he got hit was that made me feel like more than he should have got suspension. But it seemed like, man, I'm just being real. It seemed like he blatantly hit the guy. You know what I'm saying? Did he mean to hit him like he did? No, but it landed. It landed like
Clean.
a good shot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And with him, with Stewart though, uh, do he supposed to get 2 game suspension? I believe so. I mean, he went from not getting suspended to getting 2 suspensions and a $950,000 fine.
Right.
Now, that I don't believe. I don't think he should have got
No, I
that.
don't think he should have got fined.
Yeah, 950.
Suspension, cool.
950,000. Come
Yeah.
on, man. You know what I'm saying? Is his contract 950,000 a year?
Nah, I don't. Well, I
They-
don't know.
They took his
Obviously-
plan for free this year.
Right. We're gonna get some freebies out of you this year.
He hustling for free this year.
Right. My thing is, me looking at it from an organizational standpoint, I think the suspension for both was justified. LeBron should have been suspended because I believe that he did it intentionally. He didn't expect those results.
Right.
So, I mean, you get chippy in games like that. And if a guy's holding you, man, you get him up off you. But the way he swung, he was probably like, man, this dude been holding me to ride me the whole game. I'm finna get him up off him. I'm gonna swing.
I don't
But
think
I-
he know his own strength.
He don't, because who has he really got into it like that with?
No, he never.
Nobody.
No.
Danny Green used to always be at his head, but he never really got into it like that.
No.
But I think with Stewart, the problem was, I think if he didn't react the way he reacted, then he wouldn't have got suspended.
Right.
Because when you're looking at it from an organizational standpoint, I say, man, code of conduct. This is your profession. There's a certain way you have to carry yourself here as a professional.
Right.
And so the way he was trying to get at LeBron, I mean, he was hostile.
Right.
He could have created a hostile environment. So what if he did get break loose and, go at LeBron? His career probably would have been over. But at the same time, as the owner of this organization, how do I nip that in the bud? There has to be consequences for the code of conduct. That's a code of conduct breach. So yeah, absolutely, you're gonna be fined. LeBron you're gonna be suspended. LeBron gonna get suspended. But that, to me, as far as it should have went. But he took it to a whole nother level. So it's like, in order for you to understand that this ain't what we do, I'm gonna fine you. So what stops most people from going crazy? It's like, oh, I'm gonna lose my bag.
Right.
For me, just want to get back at this dude, then it nips it in the bud.
Well, I don't think he thought that was gonna happen, but
Nah, he didn't.
He was
But
acting, man. He wasn't really trying to get at Braun. They came face to face with one person in
Yeah,
between them, but
that's
you wait
just like it's
the
like
whole team grab you and you want to put this show on. It was he
No.
got himself
You saying it
950,000.
was like a reality show?
Yeah, he's a reality show.
I don't
on
think so.
Store's behalf.
I don't think
Store's
so.
behalf.
I'm gonna tell you why, because one, if you hit me right, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna get in your face and be like, man, you hit me. But now that I'm bleeding, it's like, oh, you hit me. So now I gotta get my lick back.
You know what? I don't. What did he say to LeBron? What did LeBron say back to him?
I don't
That
know.
might have triggered the fire.
I know if it was
He was
me,
like-
I would have said something about his mama.
Like,
You know how we do.
Right.
Hey man, your mama love me,
Hit your mama the same way.
Right, exactly. But no, man, I don't know. I don't know what he said to LeBron or what
It
happened.
seemed like he went off then. He seen the blood and got LeBron's response at the same time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he just went off then. I'm with you. I mean, like I'll be watching these reality shows with my wife and stuff, and I'll be telling her they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight because if they
Nah.
did, they would have fought certain stuff not gonna stop you from getting to certain people
Well,
if you want to.
everybody want to fight when there's 6 people holding you back.
Right.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're big and tough, but you know.
But as far as LeBron, he a class act, man. I think he due for one. He's 17 seasons. He ain't had a fight.
Yeah,
he due for one.
He
need one.
Right. Jordan and Kobe had theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta get yours too.
You gotta fight.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta get physical sometime.
Right. I mean, that brother, he ran over people though, man. That's a big dude.
Who, Bron?
I don't think Bron won. No,
Stewart huge, man. That's beefcake, man. Beef stew. They
but
call
I
him
just
beef
seen a
stew.
video of him though, man. I didn't know. You know, this is like really the first time I'm really knowing this brother because I guess it's because of the skill level. But I seen the video, brother. I always get into it with people, man.
Oh yeah,
he like what's the name? The brothers that one played for the Clippers and the other one played for
Morrison brothers.
He like the Morris brothers, man. They always fighting guys and getting chipping guys, but. That's the name of the game, man. It's basketball, man. Competitiveness.
Right.
You can't just let a guy go in there. I mean, LeBron is a king, and people know it. So who I'm gonna get at? I'm getting at the king. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna score 40 on me.
Come with the territory.
The territory, exactly. Yeah. That's what it is. Yep.
Now we're gonna talk about the baby, man. Oh my goodness, the baby once again in the news, man. Acting crazy once again. But everybody got their mixed feelings about the situation. What y'all think, man?
Man, what you think about the baby?
Well, enlighten the audience if they don't know about what happened.
Yeah, so the baby posted his personal gripes with his girl Danny Lane on IG Live. And so a lot of people don't feel like, you posting your personal life on IG Live, he should have did that. And so I'm gonna let Wayne comment on it first, and then I'm gonna get back to it.
I mean, honestly, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We outsiders looking in, of course. He might have to go to social media and put his life on there for police reasons, because these women do things, say things. And
caution.
They play the police game with you. Mm-hmm. They can say, "Oh, he hit me," and you going to jail.
Right.
It's a word of mouth. It's everything word of mouth these days. So I don't agree with the social media. Put your life on social media, but in some cases, like him, it seemed like he's dealing with a kind of a girl that's kind of probably like a headache. Probably not to the world, but probably to him. So I guess I'll just film this to let the world know that I'm not putting my hands on this girl. I'm not doing nothing. Well, he disrespected her in the worst way. I don't agree with that though. He really just he I don't know, man. That wasn't right.
And it's his child's mother too, right?
His baby.
Yeah, he just had a baby bow, but according to the video, she was just a side chick. It meant nothing. It's like her and the baby don't mean nothing to
I don't know. Do you plug your side chicks? I'm just asking, man.
That don't supposed to happen.
I'm just asking. Is that what we do? Is that what you do? Man, listen, man. I feel like the baby, he did it for security purposes, for just to say, look at y'all, look at this, so they don't, like he said, he ain't trying to go to jail. He called the police, so he initiated that call, because if it would have got out of hand, she could have called. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we know how that ends with. Look, I had people that I know. Girl called the police. Oh, he touched me. All right, let's go.
Right.
Do I think it was disrespectful? It was very disrespectful how he handled the situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his publicist was there. He had witnesses there. So, and my thing, why would you have to go on IG Live? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. If you didn't want her in your house, again, do you call the police?
I mean, it's just like, man, both situations, the one with LeBron and this one, man, you got to think of what life is. Life is 10% of what happened to you, 90% of what you do about it. You know what I'm saying? And how you handle the things, like with the Stewart situation, everything was on LeBron until you did what you did. You know what I'm saying? Now we even forgot LeBron stole on you. You know what I'm saying? Look, we got this crazy man running through the courts.
Exactly.
Can't stop him. Now, in the baby situation, you got this woman in your house that won't leave. You know what I'm saying? Which is your problem. But when you switched it up, when you start disrespecting this woman like that, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it's blatantly disrespectful.
And
Yeah,
you
he
putting it
bogus for that.
on social media for what? Okay, I get that you got security reasons. Videotape it. Nobody say you couldn't videotape it.
Good
Right.
point.
Videotape it. Why you exposing and degrading this woman in front of the whole
But
world? You know
that
what I'm saying?
shows the immaturity of the baby. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? That's just blatant immaturity, man. It's like, listen, if I'm never finna cast what goes on in my life or my personal relationship with the world. It ain't happening.
Right.
You know, it's not my life ain't on site for the world to see my personal
Exactly.
life. Like, nah, man, it ain't
Exactly.
happening like that.
And then you seeing different people in your life in a different light. And
Exactly.
then now you got the public judging them off of what you saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes her look really bad, man. Too. Also, like I feel bad for her because this is someone who bears your children,
Right.
and this is the type of respect that you give someone that bears your children. It's like at the end of the day, you don't have to like her, but you still, I mean, respect. You know,
That's what you got to
Right.
think too, bro. Some of these entertainers coming from some of the worstest parts of the world, ghettos you can think of. They young and playing with millions of dollars. Their egos on 100. So it's an ego thing, I think. Just
right?
like, yeah, I'm the bread. When I got this money, I can do whatever. They treat their friends bogus. They treat their women in their life bogus. They treat their mamas. It's just crazy, man.
That's
But the disrespect, man. We human at the end of the day. Treat another human like a human.
treating like
You
you
don't
want to
even
be
have to.
treated.
You don't even have to like them.
Right.
Just treat them like a human.
I mean, you this is woman. This the mother of your child. You know what I'm
Right. Your
saying?
seed.
So what? They get older, and this video that you so called put out that's gonna be out for years to come. He get older and see how you were talking about his mom like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention his friends telling him, "Look how the baby was talking about your mama." You know what I'm saying? And you putting your child in a situation in a messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? That you don't know if he can emotionally handle all that come back from that. I mean, as an entertainer or somebody that's in the forefront like that, you have to take all that stuff in consideration.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because what you say or what you do right now, especially in that limelight, it's going to be exposed years from now. Your grandkids going to see this too. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he's setting himself up for a bunch of resentment.
Oh yeah.
Your kids gonna grow up resent you when they see you treated their mother like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No doubt. But
Yeah, I don't know, man. Dude, he should have never did it. Bottom line is, don't go on IG posting your life on IG for the world to see, especially when it's family like that.
right.
You know, I disagree. I can't honor that.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother conversation about that running to social media. I don't agree with it at all.
People do it
Actually, I
though.
don't like it.
That's why you
I
not
don't
on it,
understand it.
man.
Like,
That's
why would you share?
right.
Why would you share your life to a bunch of strangers?
I mean, it depends, man. I mean, a lot of people do it for it's a good way to earn income nowadays too.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
everybody looking to see.
But if you're not doing that, you got
Right.
some people who's running there making a fool of themselves and they getting paid. The
Oh, yeah.
majority, they just running making a fool of themselves
And they
for
not
nothing.
getting paid. They
Right.
just
You
doing
just-
it.
for
But
a
I think they
like.
do it for validation to say, am I right or am I wrong?
No, I don't believe in airing your dirty laundry on social media. I don't believe in that at all. I think that especially a man and a woman in their situation should be within their four walls of their house. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Unless they consulting with other people outside. You
Right.
know what I'm
A
saying? Get some
therapist.
kind of counseling. Or
Counseling,
something.
right.
But
Exactly.
to expose everybody to what's going on in your house, that's ridiculous, man.
Nah.
I'm pushing that live button because you arguing. Yeah, man.
That's tough, man. Just
But
think of the mindset of that though. Why? Why you need to do that?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Validation?
validation. Yeah,
Validation?
maybe.
And
I
But
then you
guess.
go back to him. After you
Right.
did all that, embarrass
Right.
yourself, embarrass him to the world, and then
Then they put that on live.
and
We
then
you know, we would
you're a
just
bigger embarrassment when you back together.
They, I
Yeah.
think it do it. They a lot of them do it out of spite too. You know what I'm saying? Just to hurt the other one. Like,
Oh yeah, their feelings hurt,
Yeah.
man. They sensitive.
Yeah.
you know, those type of guys is the guys that we want to try to reference in this next segment with this submissiveness. Woo.
Yeah, that's a touchy topic, but we gonna go there.
Well, yeah, man, we want to talk about submissiveness, man, to see, is it something that women find hard to do? Do we think that women find it hard to do?
Right. So the question posed is, let me read this. It's clear. Should a woman be submissive to her man in a relationship? That's the question.
Mm, what do you think?
I'm
I'm passing the
I'm
Wayne,
passing to
Wayne's
Wayne.
world.
Wayne's world today. It's Wayne's world.
Well, I think in a way a woman should be submissive. It's really a two-way street for me. But I think certain things a woman should do for a man. To, I mean, that's what keeps the relationship strong and working and going and moving like a oil or a well-oiled machine. I mean, I I I'm all for it. I really
So I'm
think
all for it.
I'm all for submissiveness. I'm with it, you know.
Right, right.
I think
Yeah.
submissiveness is that dreaded S word, man. Women don't like that word, man. Like, because to me, I think for just me personally, I believe that they considered submissiveness as being a slave to the man. But
Mhm.
it really doesn't mean that, man. Submissiveness, it's in the Bible, and to me, it's like you have to submit like men, right? For instance, men are to submit under God and women under man. So submissiveness to me is we both, if I'm submitting under God and following God's uh, ordained to what man should do for the family,
Mhm.
then the woman submits to,
Submit.
the man.
Mhm.
And that's how it is. But I think in this day, in this modern day world that we live in, women believe like, oh, I have to be a slave to the man. And that's just not it. It's like, I look at it like this. If I'm in control, if God placed me in control, I place you in charge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if I'm the being that's making this thing move, then I need you to be that battery. You know what I'm saying? So you submit to what I'm trying to do. Not necessarily that you don't have a purpose. You do have purpose. God gave you these purpose qualities and what's names, but at the end of the day, that's headship. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if I'm the head of the household, that means I'm the provider. I'm the protector. I'm gonna make sure that I put you before me, my family first. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? A woman should want to submit to that. If I'm doing everything to make you, to keep you, you know, under that protection and that, a woman should submit, under God's, you know.
I really think I'm absolutely. I agree with you 100%. But it takes the right type of woman to understand it. A real woman that knows what a relationship is about, she's gonna submit anyway. I think my thoughts.
Just because they a real woman doesn't necessarily mean that they would do that right away.
No, no,
I think that a woman that knows her role would would try. Cause I not necessarily mean that'd be automatic then too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because like I said, I mean, from in our culture, how our women have been. We got a lot of single family homes now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A lot of black women doing it on their own and been doing it on their own for a while.
So do you think that's from them not being submissive?
I don't think that's that.
Okay.
I think it's from the beginning it's been designed to try to break up the family dynamic anyway, and
Absolutely.
and that and it's becoming in a more and more in effect in the past couple of decades.
Right.
That we have more and more single family homes now, but is that a reason why, is it probably a disconnect between the man and the woman now? Yeah. It's not helping
I,
the situation.
I
I'm gonna say
believe
that.
I believe so, because I think now, me speaking on women's, a lot of times I hear things that people's like, man, you sound like you chauvinist. It's not. I don't feel that I'm a chauvinist, but what I believe is the structure of man and woman. Period. A man has a role, a woman has a role. What I think has happened is, like, if we look at my grandma or your grandma back in the day, right?
Mhm.
And you look at their relationship. They have, they've been in relationships where, my granddad may have 10 or 12 kids by his wife. Then now he got,
6 over there.
6 over there.
Mhm.
So I think the resentment that's built up from, the children seeing their father, they father like, man, I gotta do that.
Mhm.
And yet the mom stayed there and was, still being submissive to the husband, despite of, the outside kids and all this. And women nowadays, like, man, I'm not, I'm not accepting that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, which they shouldn't. And at the same time, I think there's work that's on both parts, on the man's part, on the women's part. But submissive in its whole, I mean, at some point, I think there's a rebellious against being submissive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you know your role and your position under God as a woman, and what your role is as a woman to a husband, you shouldn't have no problem, with being submissive. And but that's
But
me
that, I
looking at
mean,
it from the contents of biblical principles.
right. But that, and then that's looking at it through that principle. But at the same time, we come from different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
We can, like I said, I had to learn about marriage. So I came from a spot that, I'm gonna just say I had to learn about marriage.
Right.
I'm gonna say it like that. And in order to, learn to be how to be somebody to be submissive to. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife just posed a question. She just said that, the way the question is structured is basically saying that they should be submissive no matter what.
Nah,
I don't believe that. I
I
think if your husband, your guy, not that type of dude that's you should be submissive to, no, I don't believe that. You don't know. But I think you know I wouldn't say I would say put all of your cards in that one group. You know what I'm saying? If
nah,
that's the case, I ain't gonna say be totally defiant though.
nah. See, I think a lot of time, like I said, I think for me, it's roles, man. It's roles. Like, I think sometimes when you say that, like I said, that word submissive is a touchy word, because it's like, nah, you don't knowing the understanding the role. Like, if you have someone who's a man who's following those principles of doing what it is to protect the family, uh, you know, be the king of the household, making decisions, going out in this world, holding it down for your family, then I don't feel that the woman should have a problem with being submissive and understanding what her role is. Like, for me, I don't feel like the woman's role is to be the assertive one in the relationship. That's my role. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't have two assertive people in a relationship trying to build the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, look at me
Oh,
tearing up the
man.
mics over here.
That's too assertive.
That's
Man.
too. That's not being assertive. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think you can have two assertive, but
Assertive.
you
What
can't,
you mean by assertive?
like, what I say is as assertive is, say for instance, aggression. Like, aggression. When I mean assertive, I mean being aggressive in the relationship. Like, oh, okay, I go to work, I come home, and when I get home, I'm winning against the world. I'm bringing home the bacon. I'm trying to be a father to the kids. Making sure everything's straight. When I get home, now it's like my peace is being disrupted because you want to be aggressive and assertive. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And your being and your and not in the sense of assertive in the sense of masculinity.
Mhm.
Like, I don't need another man in my household when I'm the man.
I hear you on that.
I ain't saying I'm the man because I'm saying, oh, I'm the man because I need that title. No, I'm the man because I'm the head of this household. So I don't need another masculine person in my household with me. It's like I need someone there to be effeminate,
Mhm.
who can work. We can work together. Like I said, if I'm in charge, if I'm in control, then you in charge. You know what I'm saying?
You need that softness. That's what
I
you're saying.
need that softness. I need you to come home. I need you to understand me. I need you to be my nurturer. I need you to be, you know, a person that can feel me and understand what I'm going through out in this world. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of being submissive. That's, I think submissiveness and that softness and that and goes in together. But I think with like our culture of our women, they've been so they've had so much to go up against. As much as we have as men, they've had so much to go up against. So they become hard,
Yeah.
and they become assertive. And it's like, in your role, you got to understand, like, I got you. You don't have to be as assertive or that aggressive, especially not towards a person like me, because I got you regardless. If I'm showing you that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think that's the struggle and the connection between the two. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I totally agree with it all. I mean, to me, I really think the woman in a relationship should let the man lead the way. You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. I'm not trying to say submit. I don't want you to cook, clean, wash. No. That's totally opposite of what I'm thinking. Submissive. Submissive to me is letting me lead the way. Let me guide us to the victory.
Right.
And
That's a
you
part of it.
just play your part. Teamwork makes the dream work, but just let me make the path. Let me blaze the trail. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's a reason why some of our men go to different uh, nationalities?
Of course. That's
Mhm.
one of the main reasons. Who wanna argue about this and that when you can go get I'll probably get killed for this.
Oh yeah,
You go
you
Oh,
hung for this
yeah,
one.
you already know.
you
It's
go
okay
get
though. It's okay
you
though.
go outside your
We
race
got to talk about it.
and we just say a Latino one.
Mhm.
We know how they treat their man. We know they let them lead the way in a relationship. Because I don't know too much about their culture, but from what I see, the interactions I have with Latino people, the women just let the man take the lead.
Right.
And that's what especially successful black men they looking for. Just let me be the breadwinner and you just let me lead the way. And it's kind of hard because, like you say, women has been through just as much as a black man, and it's just like they harden over time. It's just like
Yeah,
they veins got ice pumps in them, and
Right.
they not trying to hear that. Like
it's like from the
no,
beginning they've been structured
yeah,
and formed into being this strong, don't take nothing from no man,
Right.
woman. You know what I'm saying?
But
When they get
I,
around that good
and
guy, that
let's get this straight too. I love black women, so don't get it
right.
twisted. I'm putting that out there.
Yeah,
well,
your wife is black.
Yeah.
we
So
all married to black
Yeah.
we
women,
all
so.
married to black women. So
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing else other than that. Let's get that straight.
But
yeah,
I think just the fact that how they came, a lot of them came up like that. Where they mom, basically probably by themselves. I mean, it's a good chance. I ain't saying we are this every family toe up, but and a lot of families, the mother was there and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
they didn't have no example on how to treat that man. You know what I'm saying? And so they came out probably the same way we come in, not knowing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And basically feeling our way through this and trying to learn how to soften up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A lot of times, you got, a lot of relationships with a woman, you got, baby, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
You
they
gotta
so used to
you got to be
Taking the
assertive.
lead.
right.
You
They
got to
so
be assertive.
right. They so used to taking the lead or having to take
Take
care
the
of
lead.
it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because they probably been take care of it for a while before they even got with you.
Exactly.
You know, they've been handling that phone call. They've
No,
been
that's
having in that school. They handling that person at the door. You know what I'm saying? But now here
exactly.
you come telling them I got it when they so used to doing
And
it
they ain't used to
themselves.
that.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot I know a couple people that said that, they still have this guard up. Like I said, they've been battered, but then they have a guard up that says, "Hey, you know what? Even though I see he doing the things a man should do, I don't believe that he going to stay." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's just the trauma that, you know, African American women, I believe, experienced over time.
Right.
And then you got other people in their ear saying, "Hey, feminism is great. You don't need a man." To me, look. I don't think, yeah, in certain instances, you don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? In your career, yeah, you may not need a man in your career, or you may not need a man to go out and 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 pump your air and your tire. But it sure is nice to know that, hey, I ain't got to go wash my car. I got a man that's gonna wash my car, or I got a man that's gonna take care of home. I got a man that's gonna lead my son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of me, you know, my female. Not saying that they can't do it. It's just it's a difference when there's a man in the house than just a woman by themselves raising, you know, trying to build men, you know.
Right.
And it's like, well, how do you change that? How do you change that? That's tough,
Yeah,
man.
it's tough. I
That's
know it's a
tough.
lot of men out here though that, you know, expecting their wives, a significant other to be that woman, that submissive woman. But, you know, you gotta sit down sometimes and ask yourself who you being submissive to. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
And what
Two-way street.
right, what kind of role are you playing, and why is she not being submissive? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, you can't be out here doing whatever, not doing what you're supposed to do as a man,
And
and
that's
then come home and expect your girl to be a certain way.
right.
It doesn't roll like that.
Right. And that was my point. If you're doing what you should be doing, conducting yourself as a man and doing what a man should be doing, then you shouldn't have a problem with a woman wanting to be submissive to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't feel that any woman should be it's gonna automatically give you submission. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I just don't
no,
I don't believe it. You
no.
know, but I feel like if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man, even if they harden, at some point they're gonna be like, you know what? This dude a good dude. He's a good man. I'm kind of, you know what? I know he won't like for me to do these things. I'm gonna just do it because that's submitting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a type of person I'm not the type of guy that asks for a lot. It's just little things that I like. You know, I'm not gonna ask you to cook for me every day. I just for me, I don't feel like that's being submissive. But every now and then I was like, okay, I noticed she did that for me, that we're working as a team. You seen I worked hard for the whole day. I come in and I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa, you know.
Should she show us, Wayne, that we being that in the beginning, that she can be that submissive woman in the beginning and when you first meet them?
No, I think you learn it over time. That's why a relationship is a relationship. You build that. So to me, my thoughts, the submissiveness, it comes with time. It's not just like we starting off and I think you should do this, that, and third. No, like I said, it's a two-way street. It's give and take.
So
You know.
Danny Lay wasn't submissive.
Who's
I'm
that?
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's that.
I'm just
He's
kidding.
Yeah.
stupid.
So it's like give and take. It's
Give
like
and take.
you build that. You build that.
I always think that though. I mean, just be women out there, y'all listening. I think submissiveness is so attractive, man. I think
Sexy for sure.
right. It pulls you in. You know what I'm saying? I think the woman, the more submissive she is, you know what I'm saying, the better the man feels. You know what I'm saying? It makes
The
a
more we want to
man
do.
feel good.
But that's what
You
I was
know,
just saying. That's like a submissive woman is like a battery for the man.
like I've been asking my wife to call me daddy for the longest. You know she won't do that.
Don't
I
worry
already
about it.
got a daddy. She gonna kill me.
More,
But
more, more, more do it for me though. So it's all
Ah,
good.
you silly.
Oh man.
Right. I get it from Miss Ringo when I need it. So, I'm good. She keeps me sustained.
Oh man. Nah,
But
man, it's like I said, I think submissiveness from a woman is like the battery for a man. Like the more submissive and you willing to work with me, the more I'm willing out here trying to go out here to conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? But again, maybe a lot of women don't feel like, man, I should be submissive to these men just because of the nature of what has happened over time.
yeah, man, I don't think that women understand how much better it would be for you. I mean, if I'm a good guy, if I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do, you know, everything. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be perfect, of course, but I mean, doing most of the things I'm supposed to do as a man. Why not give it all to me? Huh?
Right. Nah, she
Why not?
Give it all
art,
to
Why
me.
not give it all?
art like I want some credit. She like, nah, you ain't getting no extra credit.
Nah, for real,
Right.
man. It's a two-way street. It's give and take, man.
It's give and take.
It's give and take, bro.
But I want to say this too, though, man. I mean, it's a lot of men out there fighting to be the man in their relationship, and you got men out there that's not even fighting for the role and just allowing the woman to go ahead and take over.
Well,
So
he got a personal problem.
So is is that beta? I'm just asking. Is that a beta male?
Yeah,
You can't be. That's what I'm saying, man. You
They
can't have
switch
two
roles.
passive. You can't have two passive people in a relationship. I just don't think it works well. It's just like, okay, I'm in a relationship, and I do this all the time. I be like, man, what you want to eat? And then she be like, well, I'm good. I eat whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm a good whatever too. That's too passive. Somebody has to be assertive and say, okay, well, we're gonna eat this. Are you cool with this? You won't.
Well, if that's always the woman.
I had that fight all the time in the house. So
But that's what I'm
What
saying.
about
Like,
the food?
yeah,
no, it ain't the. It's the
That's
principle behind.
hypothetically speaking, I know.
No. It's the principle behind who's gonna make that decision. You see what I'm saying? Like as a man, I'm gonna give you an option, but I'm gonna make the decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you want. I'm gonna give you these options. You want Portillo's, you want, pizza, you want,
What would
Five
you say
Guys.
though to the woman that's in a relationship right now that's always with a man, far as being him trying to be that, take that role?
Calm down. That's what
he
I'm gonna
need
say.
to get
No,
out
I'm
that.
just kidding.
He need to get out that relationship because if y'all just button the fight for the number one spot for the role of the who leading the household.
Nah.
I mean, to me, it's a toxic.
Before
Toxic, bro.
Before I even tell them to get out the relationship, I'm gonna tell them to go sit on the couch. They gotta go sit on the couch and talk to somebody. Because maybe, he's been, some men I know they just been demasculated. A woman is like, and just grilled him so much and criticized him so much that he just like, you know what? He probably like, you just take the lead.
He just lost in the sauce, huh?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, a man is still a man. It's like I listen to you, and then we fall soft to assertive women. That's what I'm saying.
Why your woman, your wife laughing?
Who?
Yeah, laughing emojis on this thing.
She probably no, because I probably didn't mispronounce a word because that's what I do all the time. She probably going crazy. I see you, AD. It's okay. She understand what I'm saying though. But I know men that just, man, they women just, man, drill sergeant. And now they just like
Get
whatever she wants.
Get out of there.
But at
that's messing up the order. You know what I'm saying? And a man in a relationship and a woman in a relationship, those are divine positions. You in those positions for a reason. Your role is designed for a reason. And when that man is fighting for his role, you know what I'm saying? You messing up the order, in which is not going to be that good chemistry in your household. You know what I'm saying?
Not
It
at
don't
all.
supposed to be. If a man just take the back seat, you know what I'm saying, and let the woman roll, then what we have then. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, any women out there that's out there fighting that man, if he's a good man and he trying to be that man, let him be the man.
Let him lead.
Let him do it.
Let him lead. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like if I'm in a relationship and I got to ask you to be the man, look, you got to go. That's just how I feel. If I got to ask you to be the man and I'm constantly bumping heads with you, like you said, at some point it's like, okay, either we're going to get some therapy and have a conversation about it,
fast,
or you're so toxic that nothing I say or do is going to change who you are as a woman, because you got, and a lot of times I'm not saying, man, again, accountability, man. You got to hold people accountable. Listen, if I can sit down with you and share how I feel about what I got going on, then I expect you to do the same thing so that we can move forward.
That's a good question. My mama Patty, all the way from Hawaii. I didn't know you was in Hawaii, woman. We gotta talk about that later. But Mama Patty said, is all men meant to be leaders? That's a good question.
That's what we
No.
were. No, I believe, dude. I think that we were ordained to be leaders.
We supposed to be,
We
but
supposed to be,
the
but
reality of it,
our roles as
all of us
men,
not.
we
Some
supposed to
of
be
us
leaders.
is we just soft. Some of us is just soft as baby bottoms.
Why? Why? And one of my,
Because they've been drilled so much, they've been demasculinized.
but see, I believe this. That's why I say it's so important to have a man in the household, because when you have like women raising you, a woman to me cannot raise. Not I'm saying all women, but a woman to me cannot raise.
Laughing at your wife.
She's crazy, man.
She's saying, so what y'all trying to say? Just let him lead and call him daddy?
Absolutely. But anyway, a woman to me, when you listen, it's a different relationship with a woman and a man. To me, as a man, I'm a disciplinary. So if my son get out of line, I'm gonna be like, listen, you need to do this. From a mother and a son, it's a different. They raise them differently. They let them get away with murder.
Oh yeah.
They treat him like, oh, he's the man of the house. This dude room trash, but then my daughters can room. No, you need to go clean your room. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So as a man teaching boys raising sons, to me is you teach them how to be men.
Right.
But I feel like, again, when we go back to women having, men leaving the household and leaving women to raise men, you leaving these women to raise the men, and then at the same time you want women to be submissive to you after you gone. Nah, man, that's part of the problem to me.
Yeah.
And so now you got a generation of men who should be leaders who just like, you know what? I'm just here.
Yeah.
Because they was never raised by men who can teach them how to be men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a problem.
Right. My wife said, I'm not following a drunkard, addict, woman, beater, etc. So no, all men cannot lead. We not saying that all males. We said men.
We said men, right? We're not talking about boys. We're not talking about boys who want to do what they want to do. I'm gonna just go out here and just, live my best life and then try to position themselves in the role of a man. Nah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about men.
To go get up every day and go out there and try to provide,
right,
and take care of his family. That man.
Because that man, I know a guy that does that. He goes out, he takes care of, he put his family first, but at the same time, he's been drilled and criticized, and now he just gave up on leading his family. He provides,
but that's the
he
fight.
doesn't lead. That's the fight.
The question I want to ask: what do a woman think in today's society, in today's world, what a man is? Because
that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What do a woman consider a real man?
Right.
What a real man is these days? Because with the glitz and the glamour, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to do this, you got to do that. You got to be almost a social media star in today's world to even get attention from a woman.
I talk about this all the time. Hypergamy, man.
You got to be a sensation on Instagram.
Right. People look at the social status, the social construct of what social media tells you what a man should look like, and it's just the surface of a man. They don't tell you the inside of what a man really truly goes through. It just looks like, oh man, he's 6'9", He's got his own business.
He drive a 550.
You think like, oh, he drive this kind of car. He owns this type of business. He got money, and that's the idea of a man. Nah, that's just the visual aspect of it. What about what that man goes through and how he's been raised? You know what I'm saying? Was he raised to treat a woman nice? You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at the whole and just not the surface.
Yeah,
and
I talk to my boys all the time, and I tell them, I don't expect you to be this outstanding person, whoever, but I do expect you to be a man. And a man to me is a God-fearing person that take care of his and his own. You know what I'm saying?
That won't lay down for nothing to nobody.
Right. I mean, you do that for me, we good. As long as you're taking care of you, your family, God-fearing, I'm good with you. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that sums a man up in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as you God fearing, that means you got somebody over you. I mean, when a man doesn't have nobody over him, that means he doing whatever he wants to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you got God over you, God, then Christ, then the man, then woman, then family. You know what I'm saying? And that's the order. You know what I'm saying? And once you try to stay in that order, to me, that's what men do. You know what I'm saying? Try to keep that alignment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can go all day talking about, this what a man truly man is, but for me, that's what it is in a nutshell.
So he's saying women submit to men, not boys.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
right.
That. I mean, really,
that's it. Simple as that.
I mean, like I say, we three men here right now that says, I mean, this is something that men need.
Absolutely.
We need a woman like that. And I'm sure we're not the only ones. I'm not saying that my wife not like that. My wife,
right.
She
we know Sonya. We know Sonya. We know.
You know what I'm saying? She might call me daddy later on.
Hey.
But I mean, this is something I know that when we talking amongst other men, and we talk about this type of thing. So
absolutely,
we thought to bring that to the table, tonight, to talk about that. Like I said, I think it's something that men need. We need that element in our world, in our household. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, but before we get out of here, we definitely want to also plug these businesses, man. Black-owned businesses, man. I met a guy at Yorktown Mall. His name was Jermaine. Him and his wife, Janae Xavier, Essentials. That's the name of the business. They sell candles. They in Yorktown. So if y'all want to check them out, whoever know where Yorktown is, we'll post their business card on probably social media, so y'all be able to find them. They sell candles. They do body rubs, lotions for men. They got candles. So, check them out. They Black-owned. And then we want to also, we met a group of girls yesterday. They all went to Louisville. And so we want to, plug them, urbanly chic. And you can find them on the web at urbanlychic.com. Again, they sell clothes and stuff like that. So please check them out. We want to promote them. And, that's what we do over here. We build, unite, lead, develop.
Yeah, let me plug out my wife's business too. I should have did that like 5 shows ago.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Blended Nutrition over there in Berkeley, Illinois. Come out
sir.
And check us out. We got healthy shakes and energy teas for everybody. Come out. We open Monday through Thursday. Come check us out. Blended Nutrition in Berkeley, Illinois.
Awesome.
Well, we're gonna close this out. We gotta give that Ringo tip.
Yeah, Ringo's daily tip today, man. Listen, for anybody out there who don't believe in yourself. Get some good people around you who believe in you. Don't give up. Trust God and lead. We out.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the conclusion of the keeping it.
Making it happen.
Yeah, I was gonna keep it real.
Keeping it real. We keeping it too real.
Yeah. Keeping it too real. That's the conclusion of the Making It Happen podcast, brought to you by IntellectualRadio.com. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Peace.